This last video will cover the other modules which were not mentioned before. But before of that, please have in mind that when you reopen Burp, in our case, we need to change the interface properties every time, so to not have the conflict with webcode. Okay, and let's start with the most important dashboard and target modules. In target, we've got three tabs: sitemap, scope, and issue definitions. Sitemap, as you see, is populated each time we generate some traffic. And to have a nice clean environment, it's good to define in scope what should be populated in sitemap, but also in proxy HTTP history, because right now everything which is going through Burp is being populated here. And if we add to scope that we only want to have the webgoat, then out of scope items will be not sent to the history and other tools. And now, as you see, it doesn't have the effect here, only what we do in webgoat. Okay, and yeah, issue definitions, all issues that can be detected by Burp Scanner with a severity. So it is a long list what can be found. And as you see in sitemap, we already found some issues. And that is because here in dashboard, the live passive crawl from proxy and all other traffic and live audit from proxy and all traffic is turned on. It means that every traffic which goes through Burp is automatically audited and scanned. We don't need to use this functionality. We can also simply choose the new scan. And here we can decide if we want to only crawl. Crawler is a type of bot that can automatically visit and log each page of a web application. And here in configuration, we can choose some prepared setup or customize it, how deep it should crawl, if it should have some time limits, login functions, error handlings. If we will not choose it, then the default settings will be applied. Here is if something is behind the authorization, we can provide credentials so crawler can go behind the authorization. Resource pool, basically manage the usage of system resources if we have multiple tasks. And second possibility is to crawl and also already perform the scan, the audit. So now we have additional checkings, additional settings like audit checks. We can decide if it should be passive or more intrusive, or if it should contain JavaScript analysis. And of course, we can again customize it here. regarding the speed, accuracy, again, if it should be only passive or more intrusive, errors handling, insertion point types, so the locations where payloads should be placed. Some more options regarding insertion types and JavaScript analysis if it should use dynamic or static analysis. And if you will not choose anything, it will use the default settings. And this works the same as in crawler. Okay, but so we can specify the target here of which should be scanned, but we can perform such scan from any other place in Burp, so from the history or from the sitemap. So we simply choose the scan, and again we are in this place, hit OK, and in dashboard there is a task created which is scanning now, and at the end the outcome will be here in details regarding items, activity, and findings. I'm not sure how long it's gonna take, but basically the outcome looks the same as here. So we've got the advisory of the issue, what was that, what was the severity, and specifically which request and response indicates to this issue. And we can set severity, confidence. Also from here we can export the finding to document. And yes, there is some issue here. Yeah, again, clear text submission of password and some password field with autocomplete enabled, so some low finding, cookie without HTTP only flag set. So it works like that. Basically, all those scanning topics will be covered more deeply in the second part of a training. Okay, yeah, one more thing. If here something is grayed out, it means that it doesn't have the response yet. It is just crawled and discovered, but it was not requested. And if something is black, it means that it has already a response. Okay, so other modules quickly. Sequencer is a tool to analyze the quality of randomness in a sample of data. You can use it to test application session tokens or other data which should be unpredictable. But we can skip it for now. Extender lets you to customize Burp with your own or third-party code. So there is a nice store where you can find some extension, install it, and as you see, then it shows as a new tab. In case of a flow, it's like connected view from the history and from repeater. So you can see the history, and now it's going crazy because of scanning. And here you have a nice view of a response and of a request and a response in one place. So basically, in Extender we can find many extensions which will make the work easier. Project options and user options, you can check it on your own, some additional options from Burp. And basically that would be end of this first part of the training. I hope you have enjoyed it a little bit, and thank you again for listening.